someone wants to say that light isn't okay with South Africa. How can it be okay with South Africa if Jacinta Zuma is actually suing her President Cyril Ramaphosa, for not including her in the committee? But before we go into why Jacinta Zuma is actually suing her president.
On my previous video, I believe it was 3 weeks back, Ghana, Nigeria, and Mozambique, they are dismissing all South Africans who are there.
South Africans are protesting that the Nigerians leave their country immediately, and all the other illegal immigrants. As you can see in this protest right here, one of those immigrants try to become part of it, and they immediately notice that, hey, you're not one of us, and chase them up out of here. And these are the reasons why they're protesting. She checked those fancy words immediately. Isms, phobias, what have that done for me and my people, right? I could care less. You can't shame me into feeling bad. Like, they went through apartheid. They fought their fight. They fought to have all these benefits and rights that they have in.
Hello guys, how are you all doing today? So it's another day. Let's talk about Jacinta. With what we are seeing on social media, it shows that it says that Jacinta wants to take the president to court. Reason being that she says the March to March movement, they had 3 men who were at the forefront. Why would the president have a discussion with the 2 men and exclude her? Why? She says, according to what we've seen on social media, Jacinta is planning on taking their president to court. Guys, it's really, really crazy. Mind you, ever since 31st of June, if you've noticed, that particular guy, those 2, you don't longer see them saying Abraham, but that one, especially the one that has hairs, BS, he's no longer interested. Now he's now fighting, we want to be protesting about child rape, and child molestation. That's one thing we want to go out there and start protesting. Those words like Abraham, we want foreigners to go. No. In fact, I saw him on one supermarket. I saw him in one supermarket. He went there to ask the people that, this their band they always tie on their head. He says, no, we don't want you to be selling this because it's very significant to us, the Zulu people. We only want South Africans to sell this. Now he doesn't even know what he's fighting for. Imagine going to shops and telling them not to sell this particular thing, sell this particular thing. It doesn't make sense. Before, you said people should have documents. You've seen that most of them you're fighting against, they have documents. They are living in your country legally. He doesn't even know what not to fight. According to the report I've been seeing on social media, they say Ramaphosa gave them 3 million rands. Ramaphosa is trying to use this strategy, divide and conquer. Ramaphosa have succeeded, because right now, if you've been following my video, you know that Ramaphosa, you know that these 3 are fighting. They are fighting. This one said something on Facebook that whatever they discuss, blah blah blah, a lot of things. Just that their language is my problem. The language is my problem. If I want to understand, I just have to read comment section, and them, they comment. They are always talking their language in the comment section. But one thing for sure, these 3 people, they are no longer together. Ramaphosa have succeeded in dividing them. Now this one says his own. Jacinta is the only one that is fighting. And guess what? I don't even understand what this Jacinta is fighting. She says even in America, when you give birth in America, your child is privileged for citizenship. But you see South Africa, she doesn't want, whether a foreigner gives birth in South Africa, she doesn't want. She wants the country to be ruled on her own terms. In fact, I see some South Africans, all their problem is Nigeria. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, all this strategy they keep talking about is not foreigner. Their problem is Nigeria. All thing when they come on social media is Nigerians are selling drugs. That's the only thing they keep selling. They keep talking. But the real owner, they know them. The real people who are really selling those drugs, they know them, but they cannot open their mouth. They cannot talk. They are scared of them. So they always target the people that are vulnerable, the ones that are weak. That's what they are doing. This particular Jacinta, I don't really know what her problem is. I don't even know what she really wants, to be honest. I don't know what she really wants. Nevertheless, if you're new on this channel, you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Please take a look and watch this video.
I know someone wants to say that light isn't okay with South Africa. How can it be okay with South Africa if Jacinta Zuma is actually suing her President Cyril Ramaphosa, for not including her in a committee? But before we go into why Jacinta Zuma is actually suing her President Cyril Ramaphosa, right? Let's talk about some South African visitors that traveled all the way from South Africa to Mozambique to go, just tour the Mozambique country. And then they went to a restaurant to go eat. That is when one Mozambican said that, you people, South Africans, go back to your country. In fact, we will never sell our food to you. Go back, leave the restaurant. When you are done leaving the restaurant, exit the country.
Why you chase her? You are stupid, guys. You South Africa people. You are very stupid.
Now, why is Jacinta actually suing her president? President of South Africa, President Ramaphosa, actually invited the other two activists, Mchunu and Untakati, but did not invite Jacinta Zuma just a day before the entire deadline that they gave for the foreigners to leave the country. So this was the first thing that the president of South Africa did to Jacinta, the activist, right? And you could clearly see in her face when she was being interviewed that the thing has pained her. That's why we see the face and the mouth of the entire match. She will not be invited, but others will be invited. She was hurt. She was clearly hurt. Fast forward to the 5th of July 2026. There is also another committee in South Africa called, or a dialogue in South Africa called the National Dialogue. When we say the National Dialogue in South Africa, it just means that in South Africa, sectors will come together, right? And they will be included in national affairs. In the National Dialogue, they also have something called Steering Committee. And the Steering Committee is more or less like the head of the entire sectors that forms the dialogue. And Jacinta Zuma was nominated from the immigration sector to be part of that steering committee. Now, what happened? On the 5th of July 2026, now the rollout of the people that are part of the steering committee came out. Jacinta checked, really. Her name is not there. She is not part anymore. They've come out her. Go back to your country. They've removed her. Right now, she doesn't have a country. Where is she going? She said, nah. There is no way she's going to sit down and watch them just remove her like that. She and her other two, friends that they all came from the immigration committee, they've removed their names.
Fellow South Africans, one South Africa, one voice. Buffett, on the 3rd of September, we are going to Union Building. It will be a peaceful march against drug dealers. Guys, we are not going to surrender on this. We are not going to give up because of those drugs are destroying our children. So, on the 3rd of September, 9 provinces, all Nyaopo boys and girls, all drug addicts, we are going to Union Building. Our demand is very loud and clear. Death penalty for drug dealers or life sentence for drug dealers. Simple.
So guys, you've listened to these guys, these South African men, and some of them are so upset right now because other African countries are chasing them all because of Mchunu, Jacinta, and the other guy. They have caused all this. Look at what happened in Mozambique, where South Africans were chased. Imagine South Africans, you stay in your country, you say foreigners should leave, then you are going to another person's country to do vacation, or excuse, to an extent where you be saying they lost. What were you guys going there to do? Even if foreigners comes to your country, the next thing is, when are you going back? We thought you guys don't travel. It's really sad, guys. It's sad. Nevertheless, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel, like and drop your comments. Let me know what you think in the comment section. See you guys in the next video. Bye.